Hi there, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm Tim and this is my Carbon Coach, channel all about allotment life, environmentalism and trying to be a little bit greener. So welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're not. Today's a bit of a mini episode, so it's just some little bits and bobs that I wanted to talk about and try and get back into the swing of doing a weekly video. So this is just sort of an interim until next time's super plot plan reveal for 2021, so that's going to be really exciting, sort of the allotment guide as to what I'm going to be doing. But I just wanted to cover a few bits and bobs this time round and just keep the ball rolling, keep you guys up to date with what's going on. Before we get any further and before I forget, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and why not take a look at my Patreon, which is a way of supporting me to carry on doing what I'm doing. So with that out of the way, first things that I wanted to show you were what I picked up from Wilkos the other day. I was just in town pottering around. I think I was going to M&S to buy, they've got some really exciting looking craft beers in there from Beavertown, so I wanted to go and pick those up, and Wilkos is right next door pretty much to M&S here in Taunton, so I just popped in on the off chance and ended up coming out with some things. So first up I've got this rhubarb, and I had no idea that was how rhubarb came, but it says to plant between January and May and then harvest in August, and so I'm going to do that. That is a raspberry red rhubarb, so that's looking absolutely delicious on the front, and there it is just sticking out at the top. So I've got that, so that's gonna form part of my plan. What else have I got? Strawberries. So I've got some strawberry seeds to grow, and got those. You can see them in my sort of Christmas/birthday haul video, which is up here. However, these are El Santa variety strawberries, and it looks like they are these what are known as strawberry plugs? Answers on a postcode down in the comments please. These could very well be strawberry plugs to plant between March and June, so I'm not in any sort of hurry here, but strawberries, I can't remember if these are companion plants or if I need to plant some companion plants with them, so need to do a little bit of looking into with that, but super excited to get all of the strawberries on the go. Love a good strawberry. And then, whilst I was at it, because why not, I found these gorgeous flowers. So Gladioli, and this is a pastel mixed variety. These look absolutely glorious, and there's a whole bag of the sort of little bulbs on the back. It says to sort of plant them in clusters of 4 or 5, anywhere between March and June. So this is going to be fab looking along the border that I've got. Just sort of, you can't see it, but I can see it from here. Anyway, that's going to be the amazing sort of summer flower that I'm going to grow, and they're going to be so pretty if they work. Speaking of good news about flowers, my daffodils have finally started showing through. I was really worried. Everyone else's daffodils have been out and people have got them in vases, and St David's Day obviously, and mine weren't doing anything. However, there is just the tiniest bit showing now through the ground, and I think it's because I got pheasant's eye daffodils and they're a different variety to everyone else's, and they must just be like a slightly late bloomer. So there is that, and I'm so thankful to see a bit of life going on with those. So in other news as well, I did mention it last week, but I actually tidied out the shed, which was a huge relief. It was basically unbearable, and I just had enough. A couple of weeks ago when I was up here trying to finish off building the beds, and it was raining, it was wind and everything, and I couldn't literally get into the shed. I had like about a foot of space to get in here, and then everything else was filled up with the polytunnel sheeting and everything. So I pulled everything out of the shed and got to work in organising it. So under the little workbench that I've got is where I've tucked away the polytunnel cover. We've got the stand, that mini greenhousey lean-to-y thing that had broken in the gales over Christmas, and I just sort of lobbed in the back, has now been re-utilised into some lovely shelves there. So I've got some books at the top, I've got my Weetabix seed tin, and then there's some other bits down there. Oh, I picked up a new drill as well. So my old drill packed in, and I got a new drill, and what was good about that is it's the same brand as the Strimmer, so I didn't need to buy another battery because you can use that battery on the drill. So that saved a bit of money and saved a bit of lithium from being mined out of the ground, which is never a bad thing. And then yeah, gradually just slowly put everything back in, so it's a lot more accessible. I can actually spend some time in here. It's still got spiders all over the place. We're kind of keeping out of each other's way at the moment, which is fine. And yeah, this is back to lovely, ready for the spring and getting jobs done in here, and just sort of spending time up here just makes it a lot more pleasant. If there's the chance that there's going to be a sudden spring downpour, I've got somewhere to hide rather than sort of huddling in just this entrancey bit just here. So that was those couple of bits that I wanted to chat about. And then the last thing was, I got through the post quite aptly maybe, I got spring from Suttons planner. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to just head over to the picnic table and just have a quick flick through this, see if there's anything else that sparks sort of my ideas for putting my layout and plan into place. So here we go, and I brought out a couple of mugs as well because the wind is picking up a bit today. This is the Suttons Spring magazine, and yeah, hopefully it will have some inspiration in here. So starting off with some tomatoes. I haven't started looking into tomatoes yet, but it's something I definitely want to start growing, so we'll have to wait and see about that. Even more tomatoes on the next page. These look really lovely, sort of large sort of beef tomatoes. That might be a way to go. Black tomatoes, I've already picked up a pack of those actually, that's just reminded me, so I need to remember to add that to the plan. So yeah, all different varieties to look at. Not 100% sure which ones to go for, but there's even more as well. We've got like 3 whole pages of tomatoes in here. These ones look like sort of vine tomatoes, which could be quite interesting. I think what I want to do with it is sort of make ketchups and chutneys, that kind of thing, really. So if you've got a recommendation for a particular variety, drop it down in the comments below. Okay, what have we got here? Chilies and things. So let's pop that onto there. So if you've seen a video a few weeks ago, I'll leave it up there. I don't know, somewhere if you're up there, there'll be a link to that, so you can see what variety of chilies that I've got. But also there's some really lovely things here, like callaloo. That looks very interesting to grow. Cucamelons, I've seen a few people on Instagram last year growing those, so those two might be quite interesting to give a try. They do cost a lot though, isn't that £11? Order by mid-April for delivery in May, so planning quite far ahead there. Sweet peppers might be something quite interesting to try as well. And then obviously we've got all of these different chilies here. The next page then, artichokes, asparagus. I don't know how you grow asparagus. I don't particularly eat asparagus, but it always looks nice, especially wrapped with bacon around it. All kinds of beans and things. I did have a go at broad beans last year, I don't know if you can remember, but that was a bit of a wipeout. I'm also not a fan of beans. Used to eat a lot of beans when I went up to my grandma and granddad's in Filey. There were always plenty of beans around. This page is full of colour, isn't it? Look at that purple broccoli. That looks wonderful. Red cabbage. That could be quite interesting to grow, actually. So ordered by mid-June for delivery in July. So that's something maybe to put in after the potatoes have come out, to then put that back in. Cucumbers, not particularly interested in growing cucumbers. Whoa, look at that. So that is a kale. So ordered by mid-June for delivery in July. That is a rainbow candy crush kale, and that looks insane actually. So yeah, you end up with a pink smoothie rather than sort of your green smoothie. I've got some loofah seeds that I've sown at home. Nothing's happened to them yet, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait and see how I do with growing those from seed. And then on this page there's sort of courgettes and leeks and things which look fab. Carrying on flicking through, so we've got even more pepper. Look at those purple peppers. Isn't there a tongue twister about purple peppers being picked or something? Anyway, they look rad, don't they? So you can buy them as potted plants or super plugs. Squashes, we attempted those last year. We were a little bit slow on those in terms of getting them in the ground, so this year going to do a lot better, and I'm determined to get some butternut squashes and some pumpkins on the go for sort of Halloweeny, autumny vibes going on. Vegetable lucky dips that you can get there as well, which seem pretty cool. Next page then, we've got a whole load of potatoes. It would be nice to get some different varieties, so that's something that I need to look into. And then spring planting shallots and onions and all sorts. Obviously I've got a lot of red onions and garlic and white onions in the ground at the minute, but it might be good to put some in that are going to be ready later, and then that way I can make chutney all year round almost. Who knows. And then a whole load of fruit. Wow. So obviously I've got some rhubarb now that I just picked up from Wilkos, and some strawberries and some strawberry seeds, so that should be enough going on with, especially when just over here I've got the currant bushes still. So I've got red currants, white currants, strawberries and rhubarb, so that's quite a lot of fruit. In terms of trees, I don't particularly want to plant any trees, and I'd be too worried about growing a patio, sort of a pot tree. Not a pot tree, but a tree in a pot. So there is that. And then next, blueberries. I've got some blueberries to grow in a pot, so that should be pretty nice, and that'll be sort of my fruit for it. And then it looks like we might be onto some flowers, so we've got all kinds of flowers here. I've picked out those gladioli. It would have been nice to get some hyacinths, but I think I'm a bit past that. Sunflowers are obviously going to be coming up to needing to be started at some point soon. We've got some beautiful looking ones. Look at these ones are called blueberry scones down here, and they have some amazing colours, and those rave flowers for months on end. They look really lovely. So many amazing colours in here. Really, really good, and good for the bees and for the wildlife as well. So there is that. Do enjoy having a space dedicated to flowers, so that I can give them to my wife as well. All kinds here. Those ones look amazing. Easter bonnet nemesias, possibly. I'm not too good on flower names and things like that, so yeah, bear with. And then this page as well, sweet peas. I've got some sweet peas that I'm still needing to sow. I don't know if I'm too late or not, but yeah, I might have a crack at doing that this week possibly, just to see if I can get some beautiful colours like this on the go. Might need to install an arch, but I've got plenty of space up here on the plot and between walkways, so I could look at making an arch for some sweet peas as well, so that'd be quite fun. Those salvias look nice as well. You can see that I've got a bit of a theme of what I like. I like sort of whites and purples and blues, obviously with the massive nautical theme up here on the plot. All kinds of bedding plants here, even more basket plants, perennial flowers as well, summer bulbs. Yeah, so some more dahlias here. I don't know if I'll do any more dahlias. And then lots of these lovely ones. So I love flowers like these. Yeah, sort of tall, slender ones, delphiniums. They look absolutely wonderful. Over there, lavender. My lavender border, I've got a third lavender in there now, so that is going strength to strength. I just need them to really sort of start flowering and coming into their own. And then a whole load of seeds here that you can pick up as well. And then I think that means that we're at the back. Yes, it is. And then just a little bit of soil and seed growing stuff, and then some lovely pink flowers at the back. So that was a quick flick through the old Suttons spring planter, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. So hopefully that was a nice little bit of a chill and a chat. Sometimes it's quite nice to just sort of take a sit back and just flick through a magazine while sitting outside in the sunshine at the bench, cup of tea, and yeah, just sort of drinking the vitamin D and the sort of birds, or in this case the strimmer in the background, and yeah, just have a nice little relax rather than sort of go at the allotment. It's quite nice to take the time to soak it in, I'm going to say, and yeah, enjoy the vibes, and yeah, just sit and think and contemplate, just a bit of mindfulness, really. And I guess we all need that at this stage with everything that we've been through, and we have been through a lot as a species. We've persevered through the past year, and it hasn't been pleasant at all. But we are still here. We keep on going. We persist as a human race, and yeah, we get through these things. And being mindful of your mental health is key to that. And I know I keep banging on about this, but it is quite important to not only to look after yourself, but to think of others. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up quickly, because otherwise I'll just keep on rambling forever. Also, by the way, lockdown haircut. I'm getting quite good at doing fades now, so there might be a Carbon Coach barbershop opening up. Sometimes they know we don't need any more barbershops. Anyway, going to sign off with a smash that like button if that is your thing. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my Patreon. Over here there's a little circle that YouTube will place here to help you to subscribe, and over here there's a video for you to check out next if you're in the mood for binging some of my content, which I would really appreciate. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, look after your plots, have a fantastic week. Cheers everyone.